Good morning. Good morning. It's Lydia Knox at the Three Dog Art Studio. I'm an artist, a witch, and an astrologer, and I come to you from Monday to Friday with the daily astrology and a little bit of magic and a little bit of art, and I wrap it all together in my little vlog, so to speak, live on Instagram at 9 a.m. And then later on, I also record this and I post it on Instagram and I post it on YouTube. So you can catch me in various different places. If you are catching me on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and follow. Good morning, Mystic Knits. And otherwise on Instagram, feel free to ask me questions if you're catching me live. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have as I'm moving forward through my talk for today. And I have my tea. This is lovely little ginger, cinnamon, turmeric brew that I make every morning. Really good. Better tasty. All right. Let's get into the astrology. So, one thing that I noticed right off the bat, this past weekend, we experienced the odd sensation of Mercury retrograde connecting directly with the sun. So that kind of probably made us a little restless, a little bit more argumentative, because Mars was in the last degrees of Sagittarius. So it was a little kind of like a static energy that hopefully you took advantage of, because the best thing to do with that kind of energy is to get productive. So the good news is today, Mars has moved out of Sagittarius and is in Capricorn, which is great for organization, for setting goals, for being determined, to be fixed on a goal, to accomplish things in your workspace. It gives you clarity. And myself, I've been starting to write, a daily list of tasks that I want to do, because it seems I'm disconnected. All right, I'm back. I've started to write a daily task of list that I can do. Seems that my internet isn't the best today, so bear with me as I tape this today. So so I chalk that under Mercury retrograde. The Mars goes into a kind of an uncomfortable aspect with the sun in Aquarius, but it asks us to put the pedal to the metal, right? To light a fire beneath us and really start to get going on those things that we want to go. Hi, Shelley. Nice to see you. So so make a list of things that you want to accomplish. Challenge yourself. Work hard. Get things done. The energy is perfect for that kind of thing, astrology-wise. So focus, right? And we're given that ability to focus from the universe, thankfully. This also encourages us to be very independent. Sun in Aquarius is all about friendliness, but it also has a lot to do with inventiveness and being independent and focusing on what you need to accomplish by yourself to get things done. So this works out really well in terms of starting the Monday off on a good foot, right? The moon is in Libra, and it's not going to go void, of course, until later on this evening, Eastern Standard Time. So you've got all day to kind of really find that balanced emotional kind of energy of a moon in Libra. It really helps if you're an artist, because it gives you aesthetic inspiration, gives you a sense of design, and you're able to really see the big picture, and you're really able to approach your art from your emotional center, which is great, right? Because that's where all good art comes from. It comes from our emotions. The moon in Libra, however, squares with Pluto and Juno in Capricorn, and it opposes Eris in Aries. So what does this mean, you might ask, Lydia? It means that relationship, partnership issues, all that thing, this is not a good time to bring up a fight. This is not a good time to pick up a fight. You might find that your partner is a little bit more, snarky, a little bit more critical, a little bit more nitpicky, and those are some of the qualities that might be coming out in you. Hey, still crazy. And so, avoid getting into a fight because you may say something that will hurt the relationship. So be very careful with that because Mercury is still in retrograde. So our ability to put our foot in our mouth is very high. So don't do it. The positive things, what can you do positively about this? It's good for fighting the fight. It's good for focusing on things that you need to do internally, that you need to change within yourself. If you find that you're very judgmental, this is your shadow self that you can kind of tune into and figure out what it is that you need to tweak to change what you don't like about yourself. Because oftentimes what we don't like about other people is secretly what we don't like about ourselves. This is a very seventh house kind of thing. So especially if you have the moon or Pluto or Eris traveling over your seventh house, pay close attention to what's going on in your relationships. So I do astrology readings, and if you want to find out how these planets are affecting you directly, please message me or check in my Linktree account, where you can book an appointment through Facebook with me, which is great. I'm available for private consultations. Hey, Arthur. So this is what's going on astrology wise, and I always leave you with a magical spell, right? So I was thinking about spirals and the whole journey, and since the North Node happens to be in Taurus now, this is a great time, and it actually trines with that Pluto in Capricorn. This is a great time to go on into a journey in the underworld for yourself, to kind of really figure out what it is that you need to tweak or where the gold is, because gold, gems, and all those things are underground, right? So and that could just be a symbolic thing, like all those gifts that you're given. Some of them are hidden and you have to kind of discover them through hard work and practice and all that stuff, and self-acceptance. And that is my dog that you hear snoring under my desk. So a good thing to make a spiral out of is cinnamon, because cinnamon is a great herb for abundance and creating business money and bringing some money into you. So it could be a small spiral, it could be a big spiral in front of your front door, right? Just make that spiral, and then in the center of it, light a white candle, a little tea light, and let it burn down, and just stare at the spiral and kind of empty your mind and see what kind of images or messages that you get from the invisibles as this candle burns down. And once the candle burns down, then sweep up the spiral and dump the dirt from the spiral outside your house. Don't dump it inside your house. So that way you're kind of clearing out all the negativity that stops you from attaining those things that you want to attain. So this is a great spell to do for today. Art-wise, I am working on a bunch of expressive pieces, and some of the stuff that I've recently done has started to dry. That's the great thing about January, is that art dries a lot faster. So I'm hoping to get more stuff done. I am open for commissions if anybody wants a pet portrait, like a medium pet portrait, where I tune into your pet who has passed on and pick up the energy from that pet and add it into a painting. That is my specialty. Or you can, or I do people as well. I paint portraits and stuff like that. Take a look at my art and see if it speaks to you. Anyways, with that, I'm going to say stay creative, stay magical, and I will see you guys tomorrow.